there seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel. Today, I'm going to be looking at Discord's Glassdoor, which allows current and past Discord employees to review and tell us how it was like working at Discord. Now, looking at the most recent review, we actually have a good review. It's a good place to work. But after a couple of lukewarm positive reviews, we get into, my God, quite the review here. 2 stars from a current employee that's been there for more than a year says that it would have been 4 stars a year ago. The culture here has shifted over the past few months. The work I was expected to do was fair. While it was difficult, everyone offered me help where they could. These days, though, me and my team are on our own completely. We've asked for more help and we've been getting turned down. Everyone is burnt out. I can't afford to leave. The economy's in shambles and I have a family to support, but I've reached the point where I'm looking into medical leave. They are trapped at Discord. Now, one thing I want to point out is that Discord is very, very particular about their Glassdoor. In fact, they are an engaged employer, which means they read this stuff all the time, and they always like to answer these very negative reviews with absolute garbage nonsense. Discord response: thank you for sharing your concerns about burnout with us. Burnout remains a top concern for leadership at Discord. It's a top concern, but they've literally done absolutely nothing about it. Now, our next review is a 2-star review from a current employee that's been there for more than 3 years. Ego-driven leadership trickling down to create a needlessly toxic environment. Of course, why would someone stay for 3 years at a very toxic environment? It's because, of course, there's competitive pay and great benefits. Working at Discord is great financially, but all that money you're making is going to go right to therapy because you're going to need it. The cons are that the environment is very toxic, and the 1 to 2 star reviews are very accurate. I wouldn't be surprised if the recent slew of 5-star ratings were planted on purpose because Discord really cares about its ratings that it gets on here. For example, this review here, it's an amazing company. Culture's 100%. Pay is great, and there's low turnover. There's low turnover because no one can afford to switch jobs, by the way. Unlimited sick days are cons? What the fuck? What? Yes, the con about working at Discord is that you can take sick days off. I want people to work all the time. I want slavery to come back, of course, but in the corporate way. Now, going back to our negative review, this one just illustrates everything. Over the past 12 months, I've really seen the company culture plummet. First, we have a constant turnover of leadership. Low turnover, remember that. And this is especially with women and strategy, which means that everyone gets widely mismanaged and it creates a dog-eat-dog environment where there is no set direction for where our strategy is going. And why do they have no direction? Because Discord went mega corporate. Because they hired a lot of new managers who come from FANG, which means Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. It's an acronym. Now, why would these very good managers from Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google spend all their energy looking at customer insights, even though they've already been done before? Well, having a FANG manager is like talking to someone that thinks they're better than you at absolutely everything. I don't want to hear your opinion. I worked at Facebook. I am better than you. Whatever you're saying is nothing. Our next cute review is a 1-star review. There seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel. Holy shit. It becomes a struggle to come to work every day. It's not fun. The good people at the top, big up to Jason by the way, seem to make decisions that make you look into the non-existent camera and wonder, who asked for this? Whoever is writing these 5-star reviews with no cons are probably higher-ups in marketing who get paid a lot of money to write those reviews. And just to show you one of those, this is one of those 5-star reviews with 4 stars that are definitely by one of the higher-ups. Great people play and pay, but still learning how to work well together. If you ever see something that is toxically optimistic, it is one of those higher-ups. Pros: supportive manager and teammates, collaborative atmosphere, people have a sense of humor, pretty good recognition, culture, lots of projects, and growth opportunities. This guy's never heard of periods before. You could tell this guy is old because he doesn't know how to use a keyboard. Man, on the next page, we have another 5-star review that I'm not going to read because it's all the same thing. It's just people saying that it's amazing working here. It's not, because we have this 1-star review here, and just for context, right? 2 people found this review helpful, the 5-star one, but 20 have found this 1-star review helpful, which means this has a little bit more merit. And what is the toxic work environment? Well, leadership is green and have no clue what they're doing. Everything is perceived as urgent, so there's always more work piled on with short deadlines. So many employees are taking mental health leave because they can't afford to not have a job, but they also cannot work in an environment this toxic. Just remember, folks, if you go to Discord's career page, work at Discord, work with compassionate people. If I scroll down a little bit, work with people who care. No cogs or jerks allowed. That's what Discord says, but their employees say that they need to take mental health leave because the environment is so goddamn toxic. And why is it toxic? Well, you are not able to share your opinion and oftentimes give feedback openly, otherwise you're considered to not have a growth mindset, or you're perceived as not having good intent. And guess what? You speaking out goes into their performance management system. You get written up for giving feedback. If there's a stupid idea, and you know it's stupid, and it's not going to work on Discord, and some of those big higher-ups are thinking, we should do this sounds cool. Well, if you give your opinion, you might lose your job. And in this economy, if you lose your job, you're going homeless. And also, there's a ton of favoritism. What about nepotism? I have something I need to show you for a second. Do you know Big Jason? Jason Citron. Well, he's got a brother, Big Zach. Now, Zach is followed by Discord, and it turns out, looking at Zach's LinkedIn, he used to work for Discord. From February 2015 to October 2019, he was a content producer, a copywriter, a social media manager, and a user experience writer. But that was back in October 2019. Seems like maybe he quit his job, moved on. No, actually not. I think he got rehired again. And keep in mind, this is Jason's brother. Definitely not biased at all, but he got rehired. This is Zach's account. Now, what is Zach doing? Well, we could look at his LinkedIn profile, and Big Zach is brand personality and voice. Congratulations, Zach, on the big position. You definitely deserved it as brand personality. I'm more of a personality than you. Now, what if you have a problem with someone taking credit for your work? Well, you can't actually trust the HR team, especially the HR business partners. They're practically useless, and they cover the tracks of their friends who are toxic managers. Anything you tell them is not confidential and is actually used against you in your performance management. Like I said, if you talk about someone's bad idea, you get written up. You talk about one of your coworkers being bad or your managers being bad, you get written up. Do you have an opinion at Discord? Congratulations, you've been written up. So you better shut up and comply. And we have this 1-star review: terrible leaders, toxic management practices, and bad operations. Now, before we get into the negatives, let's talk about the pros. Employees are genuinely passionate about the product and really care about the users. Special benefits for trans employees make it one of the best benefits packages for those individuals. When you go to Discord's job page and you scroll down, they talk about benefits, and the main super important one is gender affirming care. Now, pushing all politics aside, having your employer give you more money for benefits is always a good thing. In the case of Discord, they will give you up to $20,000 for transition-related procedures. However, I heard a little bit of a rumor that Discord is not paying this out anymore. I don't have 100% proof because I don't work at Discord. I wouldn't even want to. Management and higher-ups typically have a baffling short attention span. I suck at keeping people engaged in my video, but I do want to say that if you work at Discord and you do need to talk to your managers, make sure to have Subway Surfers on both sides of your PowerPoint presentation. It'll work like an absolute charm. Wait, never mind, that's for Gen Z. For the boomers, you need to add a little bit of baseball game. You know what? Throw golf in there too, who cares? Because of unfair expectations set up by managers, many people work extra hours or weekends to try and prove they are doing the right thing. Please do not be this guy. When you do that, that becomes the new norm. You worked one 60-hour work week, why can't you work 30 of them? Those people that slave away their life are hailed as top performers at the sacrifice of their personal lives. And for everyone else that is completely normal, they're being compared against them and seen as not doing enough. There is no process to review your manager or anyone up your reporting chain. You cannot report your manager, and no one cares about you. You are stuck. And you know how someone said they couldn't afford to leave? Oh my God, this is the ringer. In the years that I have worked here, I have only ever received a 10% increase in pay, and only after begging. From what it seems like, this person has worked at Discord for more than 3 years, and they only got a combined raise of 10%. This next one is short and sweet. 2-star reviews. It's great, but it's mismanaged. It's interesting, a challenging product with a lot of potential. But the cons are that senior leadership is abandoning ship. A couple years ago, Discord announced their new CMO. Now, Tessa had a lot of success working at Nike and Visco. They were doing great, but something happened. During Tessa's time at Discord, Discord released this banger tweet, well, Jason did. Probably nothing. Discord showing their possibly cryptocurrency linking system, which thank God this thing got canceled. Did you forget already? But Discord tried making a movie. And in fact, if you search this thing up on YouTube, you can't find Discord's original upload because they had to take it down because they probably don't have the rights to use Danny DeVito no more. You know, after this happened, Tessa departed. If you want my opinion, I think she got fired. This next review, I've been waiting for this forever. 1 star. They're doing layoffs, but they're hiding it. I don't think you understand how disgusting this is. If you go to Discord's job page, guess what, baby? If you scroll down, oh my gosh, they're hiring a whole bunch of people. Oh my gosh, they really need more hands on deck. This looks like a big growing company, even though they're literally laying people off and they're trying to hide it from you. So now we're going to paint the full picture. You're working at a place that you can't afford to leave because the economy's bad. You're getting treated like garbage because of your toxic manager. You can't report anything because you'll get written up for it and you'll lose your job. And finally, even if you just stay quiet and you just do as you're told, well, there's always that looming monster in the background, being laid off. All those factors combined are making working at Discord awful. Now, how awful are we talking? Well, I saved literally the best snippet for last. This review here says, everyone is burnt out, and most of my independent contractor colleagues scheduled one-on-ones on the calendar specifically to spend time crying with each other. Working at Discord is complete hell. So if you want my opinion, don't work at Discord until they fix this. And for the people working at Discord right now that are going through this, my condolences are making working at Discord awful. Now, how awful are we talking? Well, I saved literally the best snippet for last. This review here says, everyone is burnt out, and most of my independent contractor colleagues scheduled one-on-ones on the calendar specifically to spend time crying with each other. Working at Discord is complete hell. So if you want my opinion, don't work at Discord until they fix this. And for the people working at Discord right now that are going through this, my condolences, keep sticking through it, and best of luck. Bye-bye. I love you. Mwah.